Alright, round number 2. We are facing Doomwake and we are on the play. This seems pretty strong. This Ancestral Recall card is pretty good if we can keep on drawing it like we have been. Six blue cards in a land. How bad could it be? I don't know what this is from, or even what card that is. Yeah, I know what it's... Okay, it's from the Pioneer one, but I don't know what card that is. Looks weird. I've been playing a lot of Pioneer, actually. Right before I started recording this, I started a Pioneer League. Went 4-0. In between rounds, played my fifth match and got paired against Winota. And that matchup's like unwinnable for the Lotus Breach deck, or Lotus Field deck. So I ended up losing. Felt bad. Alright, well, they're on Hogaak. And that's not really a card we want. I'm just going to pass. Pretty sure they're going to Bazaar on turn 1. This tends to be a pretty favorable matchup, but you can lose. So they're probably discarding Hogaak, Boldgast, and one other. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm going to pitch this Hercules. So the Merchant Scroll isn't that good because we've already cast our Ancestral. I think I'm just going to cast a couple Preordains. Bottom these. I don't think... These are like both great cards. I just don't know if we can afford to keep them. Screw it. My concern is that they have Force of Vigor up, so we're going to get wasted here. They're going to bring back 2 Ghasts. And then they could probably play Hogaak, trigger Hollow one. So this is actually going to be like quite a brutal turn. And if they're also holding up Force of Vigor, there's not a whole lot we can do. So that they discard 3, and they'll be back down to 4. Hogaak, Emerald Land. So they probably have Force of Vigor available. Alright, so they didn't trigger this. They have to have Force open. So if I play out the Sapphire, that doesn't really change anything. Maybe they'll blow the Force Vigor on just the Opal, though. Alright, and now we get to play the Tef and bounce. So let's say hypothetically this Teferi resolves. We could play Sapphire, tap Sapphire, bounce Sapphire, draw a card, and then if our drawn card is another Mox that isn't Opal, we could PO for 3. Um, I mean, it's kind of a tall ask. And they're thinking pretty hard on this if they want to blow up an Opal. Alright, can we get lucky? Ding. I'm not going to bounce the Tef. Um, just because then it will turn their Force of Vigor back on for the rest of the turn. Alright, so we didn't. We're not going to be able to continue this turn. Or at least I don't think we can. We can Demonic for like Lotus, and then Lotus in an Urset, but like that's not that good either. So, if they can trigger Vengevine next turn, though, they do have lethal. So PO is just like a counter spell to the Force of Vigor. So we can pass and hope that we live now. We are dead to the Vengevine. Alright, so it looks like they're passing priority. They're going to kill Teferi and then deal me 10. Alright, so I set this up. Ooh, that Wasteland's brutal. So I set this up so that we can PO if they try to Force a Vigor us. Are they really going to Force a Vigor right now? That seems bad. Well, that was nuts. So I think I'm just going to try to get them to Force a Vigor. We'll fluster. So what I could do, I don't even like that. They're just going to cast these. So I was thinking that I could Demonic for Yawgmoth's and cast it, but we don't get the Replay Academy, and I just don't feel like it's worth it quite yet. So I'm going to risk it on this. That was pretty good. And now we can Replay Academy too. And we're going to pop this out. Just so I can see a little bit better. Go to 6. I know you stay popped up. Come on, dude. Alright, they've had enough. Game 2. Alright, Pyroblast can come out. Lavinia can come out. Narset's not that good. I don't think I like Fluster. They didn't show us any white sources, so I'm going to board out the Misstep. Against the list with white, I do like keeping in the Misstep. And I'm going to board out to Teferi. I don't think Teferi's that good here. And that's what we do. Cannot keep this hand. This is way too clunky. Slow. Much better. This way I can keep PO if I have to force. What turn was that last game? My turn 5. Need that info for the spreadsheet. Hollow one. I'm gonna let this resolve. Okay. They have quite the clock. That was pretty good. Alright, let's draw an opal or a sapphire. They're F6'd, which is actually kind of crazy. Blue. Let's cast this Preordain. Boo. Draw 3. Alright, so we've done some stuff, but we're still pretty far behind. Next turn we can play a dragon. They can't play Hogaak as of right now. But it might just be better to Merchant Scroll for a PO next turn. That might not work because we're taking 9 here. We'll go to 11 and then Bloodghast is lethal. So we might have to play the dragon as a blocker. They do have white. So I'll be boarding back in Misstep for game 3, if there is one. Okay. That's lethal? Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, they have to do is pump root Walla. Right, I want to draw a few cards, see what... So land would have been a bad draw. We probably weren't going to win that. Let's try this, I guess. This Trillion just doesn't do anything. We can't keep it. This is fine. If we can draw Mana Crypt off the top. We have a turn 1 Tinker, but that's not super likely. What do we bottom here? I think it's probably the Time Walk. We opened up Deafening Silence, which is kind of an issue. Wow, they have turn 1 Vengevine plus Deafening Silence. Well, there's Mana Crypt. So now we have a turn 2 Tinker. I wonder if I should let the Deafening Silence resolve? Is that crazy? Just counter the Vengevine? I guess the only way we get punished for countering Vengevine is if they drew exactly Force of Vigor. We get Big Daddy Blight. Boom. Two 0.